Good people? What is going on? It's a beautiful Sunday here in Michigan. Pretty excited for the days we're getting ready to have weather-wise. But welcome to episode number 31 of the All Go Podcast, talking about Kevin Durant. I'm sure tomorrow all of the sports stations will definitely be talking a lot about him. And it is unlike anything we've ever seen from him. I mean, we've seen him struggle before, but it's never been this consistent. It's never been this drastic, and it's never been in the back-to-back games like it is right now. It's shocking. It's shocking, but to me, there's a difference between a superstar just struggling and a superstar just being absolutely shook and bullied on the basketball court. And for Kevin Durant, that is what's happening. He is being bullied, being physical, and it's not something he can handle. Because you think about the strategy. Everybody says the same thing about Kevin Durant. Oh, you just got to get physical with him and rough him up. But no one's really been able to do it. It's one of those things where you tell somebody just to jump higher, run faster. Well, if I could, I would. But it's just one of those things where Kevin Durant is just not. He's just such a unique player that it's hard to do. He's 7 feet tall. And but Boston has the guys to do it that can not only accomplish the physicality portion of it, but are big enough to guard him. And they're doing it. Sometimes they're just giving him a lot of looks. Sometimes they're playing him one on one. Sometimes they're double teaming him, trapping him, and it's just a wave of defenders. And these guys they're committed. And the difficult part is, the part that I get frustrated with when watching basketball players is defense is just a want to type of thing. Like, you just need to want to play defense. Like, defense is an effort thing. Like, there is some strategy that goes into it. But if you want to play defense hard, nothing's really stopping you from doing that. If you want to be a really good offensive player, there are some limitations. Like, you've got, as far as shooting and practice and things like that. But defensively, there's none. There are none. So for guys to just not want to do it that consistently is kind of frustrating. But the Boston Celtics are absolutely shutting Kevin Durant down, putting him in handcuffs, just to epic proportions. It's unreal seeing how flustered he looks and just how bad he's playing. I mean, Kevin Durant is playing like he is a role player in this series, in the entire series. And the focus is on Kevin Durant because all of these games have been pretty close. I mean, game one was a 1-point win. I think game two was maybe 7 or 8. Last night's game was maybe 5 or 6, something like that. And if Kevin Durant is even close to his normal output, the Celtics or the Nets probably win all 3 of those games. All 3. And, I am one that, even though Kyrie is not playing well either ever since game one, I put the blame on Kevin Durant because show me a time where, a team was not doing well and didn't play well, and we blame the second best player on the team. Like, no, it goes to the best player on the team, and that's how, when it comes to, the blame and shouldering blame, things like that, you get most of it when you're the superstar. So for KD, it's all on him because if he, like I said, if Kevin Durant is, I mean, he was 4 for 17 in game 2, 0 for 10 in the second half, 0 for 10, and to me, the odd part is for Kevin to not do anything different. He's not doing a single thing different. He's not, trying to get to the basket. It's all he's just trying to go to his normal I get to my spot, I hit my, dribble, crossover, pull up, and shot. Like he's not trying to go to the basket, not trying to get fouled, not trying to get to the free throw line, just doing the same old thing. And I just don't understand it because you've got an opportunity. I mean, you got to try something different, man. Like, I mean, that's just, I think conventional wisdom would tell you that. What you're doing isn't working. Try something else. And he just refuses to do it. I don't quite understand it, but I guess that's not for me to understand. But yeah, this, the excuse me, the slander that Kevin Durant is getting ready to get. I'm sure some shows will talk about it today, but tomorrow and really all week, he deserves every bit of it. Because the thing that I think about is, if this were LeBron James, the sports media world would have a meltdown. It would absolutely have a meltdown because of the expectations we put on LeBron and Kevin Durant. You want to potentially be in the conversation for the greatest player, in the game. You can't have games like this. I mean, you wanted to come to Brooklyn, you wanted to have your own team and shoulder that weight. Well, this is what it's about. And right now, you are failing epically. I mean, they had last year they lost to Giannis, and Kevin played pretty well in those games, but he also in that overtime game 7, he was pretty bad. So, it's easy to say that, yeah, I want my own team, I want to do my own thing, and all that good stuff. And that's fine and dandy, but this is what happens. I mean, I know for a fact that Kevin Durant has heard all of the talk on Friday after game 2, talking about game 3. And, people talking about, I mean, from what I know, one of his friends in Kendrick Perkins, came right out and said Kevin Durant's been getting punked out there. And he has been. Kendrick Perkins was 1,000% correct. He has been getting punked. And it's continued. And boy, I mean, it doesn't matter at this point. I mean, if you win game 4 or not, I mean, you're losing. You're losing this series. So I mean, it's really not that big of a difference. Getting swept versus a gentleman sweep, it's bad either way. So, tell me your thoughts, guys. I'm interested, but yeah, I'm here for all the Kevin Durant slander. So, appreciate you tuning in. Please like and subscribe. Greatly appreciate it, and have a good one. Peace.